What's up, everybody? Coming to you on a beautiful 65-degree, bright, sunny, gorgeous day.
Fall is amazing.
Fall
Just admit it.
is terrible, but when it's 65 degrees, I'll take it no matter what time of year it is. So, some interesting news just came out. I can't say I'm surprised by it, but at the same time, it should be surprising. Kanye West, there's a new report. Apparently, he really likes Hitler. And there are, you said
We're
four...
sort of inevitably headed in this direction, weren't we?
You said there are 4 different sources that verified this. They talked to Kanye West. This is the headline, CNN, exclusive, Kanye West has a disturbing history of admiring Hitler, sources tell CNN. So, a few facts from this. First of all, in 2018, the album that was titled Ye, he wanted to title it, and I quote, Hitler.
As one does.
It's okay. So it sounds like fake news, but after the recent 3 or 4 or 5 interviews that he did where he went full anti-Semite in every single one of them, now I'm not even really surprised by this. Whereas I would have, if you told me this 2 months ago, I would have been like, that's fake.
That seems ridiculous.
That's not real.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, some of the pieces in this report, they only have one source on, but the specific part of you wanted to name the album Hitler, 4 sources. 4.
They say he has a, quote, obsession with Hitler. So here's what one of the sources said. He would praise Hitler by saying how incredible it was that he was able to accumulate so much power, and would talk about all the great things he and the Nazi Party achieved for the German people.
Which German people?
Yeah, I mean, because there are people who I've seen interactions where somebody would say something like this, and then when there's pushback, they do the old, like, I was just talking about, like, he built infrastructure, man. What are you talking about? They get all defensive and act like, I'm just saying, like, there were other things he did that were good. But if you really think, like, oh, amazing infrastructure is something that you get obsessed with and praise him over, there's a lot of other people who built infrastructure and didn't also gas 6 million people to death.
Right. Yes, that is an important point, isn't it?
Yes. So they go on to say, Kanye would brag about reading Mein Kampf and would talk about his admiration for Hitler and the Nazis' use of propaganda. And then also, there's a story in here about how, you remember when Kanye did an interview with TMZ, and it kind of went viral for all the wrong reasons, because he said insane things, and he effectively said slavery is a choice at one part in the interview, and that pissed everybody off.
Yeah.
Well, apparently that interview was edited, and TMZ took out certain parts, and one of the parts they took out is Kanye saying, I love Hitler, I love Nazis.
See, this is the only part that really surprises me, because I would think TMZ would want to, you get a lot of clicks and a lot of controversy out of that, so I'm surprised they took that out,
Yes.
Didn't just run with it.
There had to be some sort of...
Even TMZ was like...
Well, my guess is that there were all these big-name people who were working with Kanye,
that
huge players in the game that pressured them, and maybe even paid them to take it out. Like, there's a million ways this could have went down.
Well, it could just be like, if you don't take this out, then you're not going to get access to these other people we represent, or whatever.
Right, exactly. And so now, Kanye effectively lost every single partnership he had. The Gap is gone. Adidas is gone. Balenciaga is gone. There's another one I'm forgetting. I'm blanking on now. CAA left him. That's the talent agency.
The irony is that he's like crying about how the media, in his words, the Jewish media, since he's created this is all, part of his conspiracy, has been so unfair to him. But actually, this shows they've been protecting his ass.
That's a great point.
And Tucker did the same thing. Tucker got caught editing out the craziest parts.
That's right. Yeah, he
and
did.
The most offensive and most racist parts of that interview, too. So... the reality is a lot of people have been protecting Kanye and keeping the public from really knowing the extent of how, like, deranged and anti-Semitic he is. Yeah. So, what led to this, though? That's the question, because I think it's a mix of things. I think when you have severe mental illness that's untreated, you have severe bipolar disorder and you don't take your medicine, and you mix that with, I think Kanye is a natural-born contrarian in a sense. So if you put him in a situation like he's in Hollywood where everybody around him is a resistance liberal, he goes the other direction. If he was in Kentucky, in rural Kentucky, and it was a very conservative area, he would have went the other way and been, super lefty. I think it's not only that. I think he likes provocation. He enjoys saying the thing you're not supposed to say.
Right. Yeah. But the severe mental illness part, you know, one of the symptoms of bipolar disorder and mania and being in this state is a sense of paranoia. And so he connects all these dots that shouldn't be connected at all, builds this grand conspiracy. And then if you put Kanye, I don't think he's that smart. You put him in front of the wrong Reddit thread, you put him in front of the wrong YouTube video or article, and next thing you know, he'll get all the way to like Stormfront and be like, this is all factual, bro. You know?
Well, and he thinks he's a genius. So he thinks he's seeing things that no one else is seeing, and that, you know, he alone understands the real truth of the world. And, yeah, I mean, with this, like, untreated mental illness that leads to this, like, conspiratorial thinking, and then he just grabs whatever random latent conspiracy theories are around. But, I mean, to me, one of the most noteworthy revelations here is that this was back in 2018.
Right, yeah.
And then if you're talking about, you know, he's creating the album, it's even before that. So this has been quite a while that apparently he's been way down the anti-Semitism
He's been
hole.
Stewing in Nazism for years now.
And we're just now
finding
out.
It. Yeah. He
how
can't
deep
keep
it
it under
goes.
wraps. It's all like bubbling over. And I do think it's because now he's going through a mania phase where previously maybe he was going through a depressive state and he didn't want to be in the public eye at the time. Now it's a manic state, so he's out there in front of everybody.
Yeah, and I also think, I mean, he talks obsessively about the rupture in the relationship with Kim. Like, I think
that could have been a triggering event, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or his mom dying too, however long ago that happened.
Well, and speaking of that, his Donda Academy, they've announced today shutting down immediately. $15,000 a year private academy shutting down immediately.
Yeah, I mean, that was basically a cult factory, if you ask me, based on the videos I saw what was going on at that school.
Really?
Oh, yeah, you didn't see the video?
No.
So first of all, everybody was wearing Kanye was wearing like a black hoodie and black sweatpants or something. Everybody in Donda Academy was wearing exactly what he was wearing, so like uniforms but dressing as Kanye. And then you had the teachers like sort of orchestrating the kids into singing Good Morning Donda, Good Morning Donda, like singing a song to his dead mother type shit. Very creepy, very like Jim Jonesy type feel to it.
Who would send their kids there?
I don't know, man.
No one now.
I don't know. Yeah, nobody now. Nobody now. But yeah, I mean, what a crazy, sad downfall. But again, I'm not surprised by this now, given the past 3 or 4 interviews. You know, whereas a month ago, 2 months ago, it would have been like, get the fuck out. Kanye West likes Hitler. He would have been gassed by Hitler. He's black, right?
I just wonder, what do you think happens next? Like, he just continues down this path, or do you think there's a...
I mean, you know, look, I think the most likely scenario is he's kind of been ostracized now from the celebrity world.
Yeah, and I don't think conservatives are not just going to pretend like they never had this love affair with him.
You're going to say they're going to pretend they never did?
Mm-hmm.
I disagree. I think they're going to continue.
They're going to...
Yeah. Certain ones will. Certain ones will.
I mean, Candace Owens is so in financially entangled with him that she can't not.
According to Kanye, though, he wasn't allowed on the Daily Wire. Ben Shapiro was like, I guess Candace wanted to have him on or whatever, and Ben Shapiro was like,
no.
Nope. So, but that's the only, honestly, I think that's like one of the factions of the right, let's say, that is going to draw a line because Ben Shapiro's Jewish and he's big on, you know, don't be anti-Semitic.
Right.
Right? But outside of that, there's still a space for him. There's still a space for him on the far right.
Okay, how far right are we talking? Like, I think in terms of any sort of mainstream conservatives, anything remotely, like Fox News is not going to have him back on. Daily Wire is not having him back on. I think they're just going to pretend this whole thing didn't happen. I mean, they're not talking about any of this right now.
But I mean, like, he went on, what did he go on? Piers Morgan's show. He went on, right?
Yeah.
He went on Lex Fridman's podcast. He went on
Piers
Drink Champs.
Morgan is tabloid, though.
I know, but my point is,
that's not really right or left. It's just like tabloid.
I understand that, but I guess that's my point, is that, like, he's still going to be getting interviews in peripheral media, independent media, and I think he'll still have a following. We live in a crazy world. The guy from fucking Celebrity Apprentice became president. Like, what? Everybody's going to go, oh, no, I'm done with Kanye now. Like, a large percentage will, but there's going to be some who are like, damn, that's sort of base that he's contrarian as fuck and ended up becoming a Nazi.
I mean,
the world is crazy. The world is crazy.
Unfortunately, there is some market for that, but it's not a mainstream one.
Okay, we'll see. I think he's still going to be in front of cameras. I think he's still going to be talking. He's still going to be out there. Yeah, because what happens is people use this as further evidence that he's right. He got canceled by all of corporate America and got canceled by all of the media, which just proves his point about the Jewish media and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Right. Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Exactly. Right. So, anyway, there you have it. Apparently Kanye West is very, very pro-Hitler.